Defying all expectations, Marvel Rivals' momentum through the video game landscape is at an all-time high with the release of Season 1. And with that release, we got 2 brand new characters.
We got Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. It seems like we're just gonna be getting content for this game for months, if not years to come. And we've gotten a leaked list of like 30 upcoming characters.
Yeah, 30 upcoming characters, like you said, could be possible content for the next couple of years at least. But it also has this thinking, you know, what other heroes could we see appear in this game, and what other heroes we want to see appear in this game?
Some of the characters that are leaked, you know, they make sense. But then there's some that are like, Professor X? Like...
Yeah, he's gonna be popping wheelies on the battlefield.
What are we gonna be doing with Professor X, bro? But with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Thomas.
I'm Merlin.
Together we're the Comic Lads, and today we're talking about 10 more characters that we need to see in Marvel Rivals.
Yes, and of course, question of the week before we begin, what other characters do you want to see appear in Marvel Rivals? Let us know in the comments down below.
And before we get into it, guys, make sure to like the video. It really helps us out. Subscribe if you haven't already.
Help us conquer the YouTube algorithm. All right, so getting right into the list, guys, we're talking about Howard the Duck. See, the problem with this character is he's very goofy. He's kind of like the Marvel version of like Daffy Duck, you know what I mean? Just like a Looney Tunes character injected in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, he really doesn't fit like at all, but I think that's part of, you know, what makes him work is that he's so ridiculous.
The only problem is that Howard the Duck in the comics isn't really good at anything. Like... He's proficient in something called quack fu, whatever that means.
Like, what's his ult, bro? Like, getting Darcy pregnant?
So this character, you know, we have him on our list. That being said, we do think he'd be better suited as, like, one of those background characters that you can, like, interact with in the pre-game lobby stages.
Yeah, he's, like, window dressing.
But if he was in the game as an actual playable character, he'd probably just have some, like, cartoon-looking abilities. Maybe as he, like, punches someone, it could be, like bam or biff or pow, and it could have like different cartoon words kind of blow up in your face.
I'd like that.
The devs could definitely cook something up.
Yes, they could. Okay, guys, but our actual first fully realized character that we'd want to see in Marvel Rivals, Quicksilver.
Yeah, I feel like every fighting game needs a speeder. Every fighting game needs a speedster.
Yes.
Obviously, it'd have to be a duelist, I think. In terms of moveset, what are you thinking with this guy?
I mean, we've already seen characters that have melee that like a speedster kind of would have. Like, you know, like Iron Fist, like he's impossibly fast. They could cook like a combo set similar to that with Quicksilver.
The big key difference would be obviously his movement would be like quick. Like he'd have to be kind of one of those like dive characters, like in and out, do some damage, as much damage as you can. As soon as you're spotted, try to make an escape.
Yeah.
Oh, he could have a team up ability with Wanda too.
100%.
And even like Magneto too, as like a trio.
Yeah. What would you want to do for his ult?
I was thinking it could be super cool is if as soon as he activates it, he says, you didn't see that coming?
No.
And then everyone on the battlefield goes in slow motion. Like everyone's in slow motion, and the jumping, the movement is all reduced.
In like a certain vicinity, right?
In a certain vicinity, exactly. And so that already makes you seem way faster than you are. It's kind of like you're kicking his speed into overdrive.
Yeah, it's like his iconic scene in Days of Future Past.
I'd be a bit disappointed if he's not added.
I agree. Would you shell out 20 Canadian dollars for his Age of Ultron skin? Riddled with bullets variant?
Oh, God. All right, next on our list, we need some more female vanguards in here. So our pick for a vanguard would be Rogue. Something cool about her is she kind of has a similar power set to Captain Marvel, right? Because she absorbed a lot of her energy.
Yes.
You just know that the devs would cook up the most goonerific skins of all time.
Oh my god, yeah, no, this character would be made by gooners for gooners.
Yeah, I know. You know that one shot in the X-Men animated cartoon where she's fighting Apocalypse?
Yeah.
She's on the ground.
Yeah. That's gonna be her like MVP
MVP animation. Yeah, she just falls over.
Yeah.
Another epic victory! Big win!
Her ult could be something where in a vicinity on the battlefield, she locks every single person's abilities. So they can still use melee and, you know, their movement abilities to get out of harm's way, but they can't actually deal those high damage special combos.
Yeah, so it's like taking her base power of stealing people's superpowers, but like expanding it on a larger scale so she takes them from everyone at once.
Exactly.
Next up, guys, we got Iceman. Iceman would be a duelist.
With the creativity that the devs have, with like the animations in the game, would be sick if his movement is like kind of like the Frozone from Incredibles, throwing the ice in front of him and kind of skating along it.
Part of his traversal would be for him to like be making ice bridges constantly, like wherever he's like projecting.
Oh, and that would actually be really strategical too, because you can make ice bridges connect higher platforms to the lower platforms for people on your team to actually walk up and get different vantage points on.
100%.
And his different abilities, you know, he could freeze people in place.
For sure.
And obviously he's got to chuck some like fucking snowballs at people.
100%.
And then also for his ult, it'd be really sick if he makes a certain vicinity within the battle completely ice on the ground. So every character is like slipping and sliding every which way, you know what I mean? They can't really have control over their movement. And it gives the opportunity for your team to come in and kind of, you know, take advantage of the chaos. All right, next on the list. I mean, we're just coming in swing with X-Men picks, but we are thinking Jubilee. Jubilee, I think, would be really sick as a strategist. Her power set would be obviously healing, because that's like the crux of every strategist.
Yes.
But instead of having like the quick healing abilities that, you know, characters like Cloak and Dagger or Luna Snow have, for her, I was thinking it'd be cool if she throws firework explosions, but they're more slower paced, kind of like throwing little hand grenades or something. The trade-off would be you can't heal people as quickly, but when you do, it has an area of effect where the heal can spread to different allies within that bubble of the explosion.
I like that. If you're in the vicinity of the explosion, you just get your full health bar back.
Yeah, or like half of one or something like that. It would it would be really sick, I think.
I like that.
With the color palette of the game.
Be so sick, and her powers would look so cool.
Right? For her ult, she could bring down like a huge parade of freaking fireworks on the battlefield.
Yeah, like the grand finale of like a fireworks show.
To make it kind of different from the other strategists, maybe it could do damage as well as heal the people caught in that field.
I'm super down.
All right, next on our list, another strategist, we have Vision.
Very surprising that he wasn't in the game.
And obviously Vision has kind of like a broken power set, even in the comics.
Yeah, I don't think we're trying to do that so much. I think he would be more of a strategist character.
Yeah, floating around in the back, you know, looking fly, exactly. So obviously his role would be primarily healing, but he also has some fun abilities with phasing through things.
Yeah, his like density shifting, I feel like we'd have to incorporate that somehow, where he could like use his phasing powers and just like sink into the ground really quick and then like
come up somewhere else.
And
he could also use his like solar mind stone beam, deal damage and heal people.
100%, yeah.
So sick.
He should have like a hold down like beam move, kind of like Iron Man. Oh my god, dude, you know how hard they would cook a white Vision skin?
Oh yeah, definitely. That would be awesome with the blue stone on the forehead.
Yeah. Oh, there'd be so much like freaky dialogue between him and Wanda, I feel.
Oh my god. Yeah, they'd just be dirty talking the whole time.
Next up, guys, we're talking about two characters just because I feel like they would be very similar, but we would not complain having either or both of them in the game. Talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, and obviously their primary abilities would be shrinking. Oh, you know what'd be sick? If they did that kind of combo from Injustice 2 with the Atom, where he shrinks really small and then like he locks onto a person and just beats them up slowly as his like miniature form.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, little moves like that. Get it? Little moves.
Get it?
The differences between them, you know, the Wasp could fly.
Yes, that would be the main difference, I feel.
Yeah, and she could shoot her little electricity blast.
Yes, yeah. She would have like really quick projectiles, kind of like in the vein of Luna Snow or Moon Knight's projectiles. And then Ant-Man could maybe... Should he have like a shrink gun or something?
Oh, that could be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, he shrinks down a certain enemy for a period of time. Oh, you know what'd be so sick too? If one of his like movement abilities is he hops on an ant to fly.
That would be sick.
Right? In an ideal world, for his ult, I would want him to become massive.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they'd be able to do that, especially considering a lot of the battles take place indoors.
Yeah.
And like the environments are said to be destructible, but I think that's only certain buildings and certain structures and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely not like whole buildings.
Yeah.
And I feel like on the other side of the coin, I would also want Wasp to turn giant, because Wasp does it so much less in the comics and other media that when she does, it's so hype when she does turn giant. I feel like that would be sick for her too.
And for skins, you could have the Earth's Mightiest Heroes bikini skin.
God.
Bro, the freaking developers would goon that skin.
Oh my god.
Holy moly.
And our next character, another fucking goon fuel character, such as Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Right?
We're talking about Medusa from the Inhumans.
She would be such a unique character in this game because no one like else in the Marvel universe has powers like her. Basically, she has like prehensile hair. She can use her hair to like grab things and like grab people and fucking
Whip them around.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Maybe she could have like an ability where like she sends her hair into the ground and it grabs people from
When it
underneath.
starts like shooting up.
Oh yeah,
like, spikes and
or like it like grabs them, pulls them underground, and then makes them come up in front of you, so you can like kind of take them out of the battle
That would be so sick.
and fight them 1-on-1.
Like her hair could wrap around her to do kind of like a shield.
Oh, and she could also have like a choke ability where she wraps her hair around you and kind of like has you in a chokehold. She would actually be so sick. I would love to see
because she's so unique. No one has powers like Medusa.
You know, she could definitely have some cool team-up abilities with our next character and final character on the list, Blackbolt.
Blackbolt.
And once again, guys, like our last video, none of these are in order. This isn't the character we want to see the absolute most. It's just the character that happens to be the last one we're talking about.
Yes.
But Blackbolt would be so cool, especially as a Vanguard. He's mostly a mute character because his voice can literally disintegrate entire buildings and
Like
people.
mountains.
Yeah.
We could like play it down slightly so he's not just completely broken, you know? Like I feel like his regular melee moves could be him just like whispering like really quiet words, comes out as like projectile beams or something, or like concussive blasts.
Yeah, or like the Invisible Woman, he can kind of like push people back on the battlefield or pull them forward to,
Yes.
you know, give your team an opportunity to demolish them. And then obviously his ult's gotta be, he just like screams.
Oh, 100%, and just wrecks
He,
the
he
whole
just starts swearing at everyone. He just starts cussing. Yeah.
Everyone explodes.
Starts cussing out the enemy team.
Since Professor X is leaked, I think we'll have the whole Illuminati in the game. So you could have like a full squad of 6 that's all in an Illuminati team up. I don't know how that would work, but
Yeah, it could be like a damage buff or like, you know, speed buff or something like that.
yeah, and they could have crazy dialogue with each other. We'll have had Black Bolt, Namor, Iron Man, T'Challa,
Professor X.
Professor X, and Strange. That's the whole Illuminati.
But that's just our list, guys. Just want to say a quick thank you for all the love we got in the first video.
Yes, thank
it's
you.
skyrocketed to like our #1 most viewed video.
So crazy. Thank you guys so much for all the love you showed on that video. It actually blew us away.
If you guys are loving Marvel Rivals as much as we are, be sure to smash the like button. Really helps us out, and we love you dearly.
We love you.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.